guys, and welcome to another video. I feel like it's been ages since I filmed. I'm so sorry. I've just been a little bit busy. I had lots of shows, and I've got mocks coming up, and I've got my interview, and so I thought I would kind of just update you guys on my interview and my preparation, how that's going. I know I made a video last week, but that was kind of more in the beginning stages of interview prep. And if any of you are kind of keeping track, my interview for Newcastle for medicine is this Thursday, which is exciting but a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know, I think I've kind of, like, there's just so much that I need to think about, and so much that I'm kind of going, have I done this? Have I done that? Is this done? Is this? Like, it's a lot of time. Also, what I've realised is Newcastle is so far away. Although saying that, I was so, for some reason, I told all my friends, because I genuinely thought this. I was like, oh my god, Newcastle's so far away, it's like 5 hours on the train. Everyone believed me. I thought that. Then I checked, and it's like 2.5 hours, so maybe not so long. But saying that, it's still 2.5 hours on train, and then I'm getting there, so I'm planning to leave on the Wednesday, and I'm going with my mum, and I'm getting a train into London, and it's so frustrating, because just on this week, for some random reason, I say random reason, it's clearly a reason, but Southern, who are like the network of trains that kind of run in London, have decided to go on strike. Yay! Which makes it really pissy, which makes that like there'll be shorter services and they'll be less frequent, so it's annoying, but oh well. But yeah, so on Wednesday I'm gonna get the train with my mum into London, then from London I'm taking a train up to Newcastle, and then I'm staying there for the night, and then the next day at about 8:30 I have my interview, which is, you know, it's exciting. I think I've got to the point where I've accepted that it's gonna be a bit hard, and instead I'm gonna go, I'm excited for this. I don't know, because the more that I talk to people who have done it or who did it ages and ages ago, they're literally, what a lot of them say is, look, you're going to enjoy it, just have fun. And I suppose that's the way I see it. And I say this, it's funny though, because so my mum had to go for a bunch of job interviews a few months ago, and I was kind of like coaching her with it. I was like, no, don't look at it like that, be positive, be this, and now she's kind of giving it back to me. And I suppose my little tip for any of you guys going for interviews, don't look at it as in a way of oh my god, the interviewers are looking how crappy I am, they're trying to find out what I don't know. Instead, look at it as a way for you to show off. You know, you've deserved that interview, you've put so much hard work into it, and you're there, you're finally there, and you've done your reading, you've done your research, you've spoken to people, you know your stuff. So just go out there and show off. And that's kind of how I see it. I kind of see it like, and obviously I'm going to put it in terms like performing arts, I kind of see it as like a show. Like, you've rehearsed for ages and ages, and now it's your like 20-minute slot to just show off and do your little monologue. That's the way I see it, and that's the way I recommend you guys to see it. Do not be afraid, do not be, you know, it's natural to be nervous, but kind of train your mindset. I think mindset is so important for these kinds of things, to kind of go into it with a positive mindset. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of going into the mindset of, it's going to be a good conversation. I'm just going to talk, have a nice conversation with these people, and tell them what I know, and tell them why I genuinely want to do this. And I kind of recommend that you guys go along that line, because from what I've heard, that helps. In terms of preparation, it's really tough, because I have teachers at school who are like, do not over-prepare, please do not rehearse answers. So for example, the question, why do you want to do medicine? So many of my teachers have been like, please do not kind of copy and paste an answer, then just regurgitate it, because it comes off as really fake, and it comes off as a bit like just rehearsed and not real and genuine. And I have a friend who went to an interview last week, and his main advice was like, please do not over prepare. And I think he specifically said that to me because he knows, and lots of my friends know, I've done so much preparation in terms of reading up and making notes. Like, I don't know where it is, but I've made this big old like A2 kind of mind map filled with like medical ethics, NHS structure, work experience, further reading. And it's kind of, I don't know, for me, as opposed to kind of rehearsing an answer and practicing it, I'm kind of more bullet pointing, you know, what would I say if they asked me about my work experience? What would I say if they asked me about what I like about medicine? That kind of thing. And so I think that should be helpful, as opposed to kind of sitting there and reading and copying and pasting like I used to do with like a French speaking in like year 11. And in terms of kind of preparing, friends are so great. I'm lucky I have loads and loads of friends at school who are doing medicine. So I have a really great friend of mine, Abdul, who he's also doing medicine. So every single time, we're literally, every single free period, every private study, we're like, can we go do some interview prep? We get up like the toughest question, like go tell a patient that you've operated on the wrong kidney. And it's like, or what was so funny, I think we were doing it last night, we were literally, he was like asking me questions on Snapchat, and then I would Snapchat the answer back, and it's kind of more of like I don't know, it's a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, things like that, I feel like I prepped so much that I don't want to overdo it, if that makes sense. I don't want to get to the stress where I'm like, or like worrying or freaking out. I'm kind of like, I don't want to say I feel confident, because it's like that could backlash real bad, but I feel good, basically. I feel like I think I know what to say, hopefully. And interestingly enough, I've been watching back, so I made like work experience videos on this channel, and so I've been like looking back at them because I couldn't remember what I was doing, and I was like, oh, I did that on that day, I remember that, and I was like looking back and like making notes on it, so this has been really helpful. What else? But yeah, that's kind of how it's been going in terms of preparation and things like that. Yeah, I've just made my notes. I'm in low. I've been watching so many YouTube videos. I've kind of got a bit sick and tired of just watching ones about how to answer specific questions. I think I've watched so many of them, I'm like sleeping. So I'm watching more of, I don't know if any of you watch BBC Three's Little Junior Doctors series. Like they had like, I think it's Life of a Junior Doctor. They had so many different series like 5 years ago. I've just been like binge watching it because it's not even like for prep. It's just really enjoyable and it's getting me more pumped. I know it's probably not the best representation of what it's realistically like, but I'm just watching it. It's really interesting. Or there are some really great YouTubers. I don't know her name. Let me find it. There's this one great YouTuber who I just love. She just knows her stuff. Let me get it up. This could take some time. But she was on the panel for Imperial, so if any of you are applying for Imperial, she did some really great tips. Let me find her thing. Sarah Yasmin, really great. She does loads of tips for generally applying for medicine, interview, BMAT, UKCAT, all that kind of stuff. So she's done a really great video and kind of interview tips, which I've been watching, and I was like, oh, okay, I need to remember that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If any of you are interested on kind of my like journey, if you like, with medicine. So far out of my 5 options, I applied to Manchester, Bristol, Southampton and Newcastle, and biology at York as my backup. And so far I have my backup at York at AAB instead of 3A, so that's sorted. Also, Manchester have got back to me. I have an interview at Manchester on the 4th of January. So exciting. So that's sorted. And then I have, of course, Newcastle this Thursday. And I'm yet to hear back from Bristol and Southampton. And oh my gosh, Bristol. I was looking on the student room, of course, the things about people who've heard back from Bristol. And I was looking at last year's people. And it's so annoying because loads of people missed out on Bristol purely because there wasn't enough extracurricular stuff in their personal statement. And I'm there going, right, because if you ask any of my friends, I do so much extracurricular activities that they take the piss out of me. Like my friends, they're like, all you do is like dance and sing all day. Like what are you doing? You're meant to be doing medicine. Like I do so much of it. And so my only thing is, I'm like, genuinely, I'm like, if I get rejected from Bristol because I didn't have enough extracurricular in my personal statement, I will cry, because that's pretty much 90% of what I do. So I'm hoping the bits that I did have are enough for them to go, we like her. Because yeah, you do not understand when I say I do a lot, I mean I do loads of extracurricular. So fingers crossed I hear back soon. But I've got 2 interviews and so far it's going good. So far I'm feeling good, and yeah, I'll do a video about my interview. If any of you have got an interview already, you know that I'm not actually allowed to say the questions, which I'm sure is annoying for some of you, but I'm like literally legally obliged. I had to sign a document saying I will not say the answers, especially on social media, or like the questions that I was asked. I'll probably say more like the general format, how it was. Newcastle was MMI, so if any of you who have an MMI interview could be helpful. It'll be more of like a description as opposed to like really specific, because I can't say the questions. But yeah, if that's something that you would like me to say, or you guys like to see that, please do let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any other interview tips. Still got a few more days to improve. And subscribe to the Student Room for lots more content. Feel free to check out my own channel, Bit of a Fangirl on YouTube. My Twitter is @_Manisha P. And my Instagram is @_Manisha P, I think. But yeah, that's all from me today. And I have mocks this week. I have an S2 mock tomorrow. Woo! So clearly making a video is the best use of my time. But yeah, I don't know. I like to do this. So that is all from me. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. And I shall see you sometime soon. Bye!